I woke up this morning, just like every other morning. Smile on my face, ready to go donate some serious sauce and modern camp fare. I had a great video planned out for you guys today. A pretty positive live comm of just me donating some sauce just to spread some positive vibes. But then I hop on Twitter like I do every single morning when I wake up. And my feed is it is blown up. And I'm curious. I'm wondering, what is everybody talking about right now? Why is everybody freaking out about this situation? And then I go ahead and read this article that Charlie Intel put out of one of the developers at Respawn Studios, the old Infinity Ward dev. So keep in mind that even though they're working on Apex Legends right now, these are the same devs that made Modern Warfare 1 through Modern Warfare 3. And they said that skill-based matchmaking isn't going anywhere. It actually helps 90% of the community. Who would have known? Seriously, guys, I've been debating. Should I even keep playing video games? Should I even sit here and put myself through this torture? Like, what's the point? This is like me and my friends going to the middle school park to go play a game of basketball. You know, we're not going to sweat it out. We're just going to have a little fun, just to shoot some hoops. But then out of nowhere, a random ref from another state pulls up and starts dictating all of our moves and saying we have to play a certain way and we have to be a little bit more competitive, and he brings his whole team with him to verse us. What? No, that's not what I want when I play a video game. That's actually the complete opposite. So why should I even keep playing them? Why should I even force myself to play video games at this point? Back when I was younger, I played video games because it was fun. It was a cool thing to do after school. It was a good way to get all the stress out and just relax and have a good time. But gaming is drastically changing to a point where everybody has to be in an MLG lobby. It's no longer a relaxing experience. We're all forced to sweat 24/7 now. And by the way that the Respawn designer or developer was wording this, they're making it seem like everybody's going to be doing this now. Not just Modern Warfare, not just Apex Legends, not just Fortnite, but every upcoming video game is going to be following the same exact path of skill-based matchmaking. How stupid can people be? How ignorant can people be? Like, do you not notice the Call of Duty games dying more and more and more every single year as the lobbies get sweatier and sweatier and sweatier? And they go off and say, oh, it's going to affect the 10%ers. Can I please see the statistics for this? Can you please show me the graph where you asked hundreds of thousands of players if they enjoy the matches that they're in or if they enjoy the skill-based matchmaking? Can I please see the statistics? Because I'm having a hard time believing that these numbers are true. Nowadays, people will just pull any number out of their butt and say that it's straight facts. That the numbers they're presenting are all true. Well, I've never been asked anything about this survey. None of my friends have been asked anything about this survey. Let me ask you guys, the hundreds of people are probably going to watch this video. Have you guys been asked about this survey? Did anybody from Respawn or Infinity Ward or Activision come up to you guys and say, hey, how's the skill-based matchmaking in Call of Duty Modern Warfare? How's the skill-based matchmaking in Fortnite if a developer from that game asked you? Or how's the skill-based matchmaking in Apex Legends? Have you ever been asked about skill-based matchmaking? I mean, the closest thing to a survey that I've ever gotten was in games like World War II and Call of Duty Black Ops 4, where they ask if you had fun in the game. If you had fun that match. And if that's the data that they're using, then they're really messing up here, because how can you ask if someone had fun that match and then completely relate that back to skill-based matchmaking? Listen. This is all I got to say about skill-based matchmaking. I made one too many rants about this whole topic. I don't want to talk your guys' ears off about this whole deal. You guys know my opinion about all this bullcrap. If you want to do all this stuff in Modern Warfare, put a ranked system in the game. And if you're not going to put a ranked system in the game, then just give us a rank. At least show us who we're going to be going up against, instead of just making it a random guessing game all the time. Just completely go Rainbow Six Siege mode. The more you play, or the more wins you get, the better of a rank that you get. And then those are the people that you compete with. Just give us a rank. But I don't think anything is more annoying than the skill-based matchmaking in Modern Warfare. I play video games to relax. Now, yes, nowadays, I'm making YouTube content, so obviously I'm going to need clips. So I do play for hours on end trying to sweat it out and get the best clips I can show you guys, obviously. But back when I didn't do YouTube, back when I actually just played video games for the pure enjoyment, for the main focus of just getting my head out of the horrible world that we live in, just so I can branch out and be able to relax and be able to put myself into another character's shoes just for a minute, just so I can relax and stop stressing about everything in this world. But now that's not the case. Video games aren't about not stressing. The whole point of a video game nowadays is to stress. That's all they want you to do. Look, man, I've been getting my butt kicked for years. I can't tell you the amount of times I've gone negative in the past, and people just trash talk me because I was so butt at the video game. Trust me, I've been there. But why is it that nowadays everybody needs a ribbon? Everybody needs a participation reward. Everybody needs credit for playing their game or playing the way that they do, whether they play very good or they play very bad. Why? Why? I seriously do not understand. If they get their ass kicked, dang, I've been doing so good by saying butt. I've been trying not to curse in my videos, but sometimes it just slips. I'm sorry. But if they get their butt kicked, they're learning. That's how I learned. You get your butt kicked by better players, you see the techniques that they're using, and then you go ahead and use them at your advantage as well. But they're not going to put you up against people who are kicking your butt 24/7. And they're not going to put you up against people who have no thumbs 24/7. The best type of matchmaking is just the random stuff, where it parties you up with anybody. Those are the games that I enjoy. That way I get a little bit of my sweaty games where I do have to try and it is competition. And then sometimes I get games where it's just a bunch of randoms and noobs who I get to sauce up. It's fun. That's what keeps me on Call of Duty. The random factor of who you're going to be going up against or how much effort I need to put into each match. It keeps me on my toes. But now I'm always on my toes. Now I'm always in the same exact mindset. I never get a break. And I don't want to make this sound like I'm only worrying about myself, saying that I don't get a break and I have to deal with all this stuff. This goes for everybody else as well. People are outraged by this statement that whatever his name is, Eric Hewitt, Ghost, has made on Twitter. People are not satisfied with it because it's actually stupid. That we have gotten to a point where video games are so, how can I put it? They're taken so seriously nowadays. And these developers are trying to make such a safe environment for some of these players. But in reality, if you think about it, the players that are bad, they're not in a safe game environment either. All the players who have horrible KDs and they just don't know how to play the video game. And I'm not talking about players who are, rushing around in Modern Warfare who got a bad KD. I'm not talking about you guys. I'm talking about the actual players who every single year, I'm not trying to be an ass about it, but they're just simply not good. It's not going to benefit you versing other people who simply aren't good as well. And in reality, if you think about it, they're sweating each other as well. If you put two people who aren't good at the game, that's considered a sweat lobby for them because they're both the same skill level. They're both not good, but in their eyes, they're both extremely good. So in reality, nobody wins. Nobody learns from the mistakes. Nobody is improving by seeing another player do outstanding and then being able to use that technique against other, low-skilled players who don't know that technique yet. Because when you're playing, you're always versing mirror images of yourself. So when you use that technique, the other players you're versing probably already know of that technique. They know how to play the game. They know the head glitch you're going to be on. They know the corner that you might be coming around. They know everything. I'm tired of these situations that we're forced into. These devs think they're like gods or something. It blows my mind. They really do. Do they think that the fame is getting to their head or something? Because back then, I guess, when Call of Duty wasn't that insane, they actually cared about the community. But now that gaming is like one of the most popular industries in the whole world, generating the most money over anything, maybe they think they're just at the top of their game? That they're too good for anybody else? And that the community's voice doesn't mean anything because obviously they're not listening to the community. Because if they listen to the community, they would know that we don't want to verse sweats every single game that we play. We want some variety. We want the best connection. We want to verse the people who give us the best experience. And I always relay this back to Battlefield because Battlefield, in my personal opinion, does it best. Even though Rainbow Six Siege has done an outstanding job with how they handle their matchmaking system by making a casual playlist and a ranked playlist. So you can pick and choose, do I want to sweat and actually rank up and get, a rank that actually shows people I'm a good player? Or do I not care and I just want to play some casual and enjoy the game? No, they do it outstanding. They nailed it. But Battlefield, in my personal opinion, does it perfectly. You get to have those games where it is a sweat fest, where you are versing a bunch of tryhards on the other team. Like I said, you can't avoid that. It's going to happen every once in a while. It's not something that you can just completely wish out of existence. But then I guess you could say the majority of the time. I was about to say that, sometimes you get this, but honestly, the majority of the time, both teams are mixed pretty well. Where you get a nice balance of good players, and you get a balance of bots. Not actual bots, but when I say bots, I mean, players without thumbs. And it's a good, even playing field. Because when you run around the battlegrounds and battlefield, you get gunfights that are fun because obviously you're going to melt them. But then in other occasions, you find players who really put in that work that are going to challenge you a little bit more. It's a nice variety. But in Modern Warfare, it's a completely different story. You don't get that mix. Every game has the same amount of skill on the other team. Of people who know all the head glitches, of people who know all the locations you're going to be coming from people who know all the best weapons in the game. You never get a break. And I know I'm going to be called out for this. I know people are going to say, well, JB, you only want to verse noobs. You only want to find lobbies that are going to benefit you to have the most fun. I know. I'm going to hear it. And honestly, how can I deny it? That's pretty true. I want to verse noobs all the time. I would love to. I would love to get those nasty clips every single game and get insane streaks every single game. But I know that's not completely fair. I know every once in a while it's going to have to party me up against people who are similar skill or they're just going to outright kick my butt. I understand that is how it's supposed to go. But at the end of the day, every match is a sweat fest. And in Modern Warfare, objective isn't a thing since kill streaks are back in the game and they completely wiped score streaks out of the game. So the sweats that I'm versing don't even play objective. So I could be completely winning a game. I could completely dominate a team in domination. And they're still getting like chopper gunners and AC-130s on me because they're just sitting in one spot picking up kills, sweating. That's what a sweat is in Modern Warfare. And it sucks because sweats in other games could at least, cap flags. They could play aggressively. They could actually play to win and at the same time get a good KD while doing so. But sweats in this game are a different story. Because you don't have to do anything in this game to get good kill streaks. You don't have to do anything in this game to go at... What the heck? How did my phone just go off? Sorry about that, guys. Didn't know it was actually on there. But you don't have to do anything to actually get on the top of the leaderboard. All you need to do is just get your kill streaks and a bunch of kills, and you automatically top the leaderboard. It doesn't matter if you have 6 flag caps or 20 kill confirms. Whoever has the most kills, that's who's going to be on the top. That's how Modern Warfare works. So it encourages players to do nothing. It just encourages them to play for kills. But I don't know, guys. I'm feeling a little iffy about that tweet that I just saw with that developer saying that about skill-based matchmaking being like this in every single game that we play now. I really hope that is not the case because like I said, I don't know what he's playing or what he's talking about, but there's still plenty of other games that don't have such a strict skill-based matchmaking cycle as Modern Warfare does. And Apex Legends doesn't seem that bad either, so maybe he's just referring to Apex Legends and the whole Call of Duty community took it personally because, Respawn used to be, the original Infinity Ward devs, and it's just a whole mix-up for the COD community. But hopefully, fingers crossed, this isn't the case for all of us right now. But make sure you go down in the comments section and let me know how you guys feel about the skill-based matchmaking cheese. I'd love to hear all of your opinions about this stuff. Also, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like, and if you hated it, you can always dislike. If you're brand new to the channel and you did enjoy what you saw today and heard, you can always subscribe to this channel and hit the bell notification button. Helps get notified on all of my recent uploads. Also, if you just want to chat with me, see some behind-the-scenes clips, you can follow me over on Twitter at JbowenDaMan, and also I live stream over on Twitch at JbowenDaMan as well. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.